So once you've logged into the tablet, we're going to show you how to do skill testing in here. You will see a list of all the different classes available for that particular day. I'm going to click on the Wednesday 3 o'clock Gym Kids, and it'll show you any levels of skill testing that they are eligible for. So Gym Kids will only have Gym Kids as an option. You click on Gym Kids and it'll give you a list of all the events. If I'm coaching floor, I'm going to touch floor, and I will see a list of the different skills for floor skill testing for Gym Kids. I'm going to touch backward roll because that's the first one I'm going to test. And I will get a list of all the kids in that class. Underneath their name, it'll show any stars that they had the last time they were tested and the date of that testing. Up at the top in the black bar, it'll tell you what skill you're looking at. If you turn the tablet sideways, this black box will show up and it gives you the criteria for that particular skill. So for instance, backward roll for Gym Kids, it says complete a backward roll on a mat with a spot, begin and end on the feet with a stretch. If you're in Super Kids skill testing, it'll give you a different criteria, so you make sure that you're using the correct criteria for that particular group. And please double check this before you're testing, because yes, I do expect a completely different backward roll from a Super Kid than I do from a Gym Kid. So you can turn it back to vertical, see all the kids' names. I'm going to test, and if she gets a 3-star, I'm going to touch the 3rd star over. If the next child gets a 2-star or a 1-star, I'm going to touch how many stars they get for that particular skill. A purple box will appear at the bottom that says submit, and you click that before you move on to the next skill, and that records the skill. If they had a 1-star last time and they still are a 1-star, please, yes, still record it. Then it'll show in their skill testing that yes, they were skill tested, but they're still at a 1-star. In this particular skill in a backward roll, everyone will get a 1-star if they can at least get through the move in some capacity, even if you're doing all of the work. A 1-star to me would typically be either I am doing all of the work of putting their hands in place, they're landing on their knees, I'm pulling their feet over and helping them put their feet down. A 2-star would be they can kind of get the idea of it themselves, but I'm still doing a lot of the work, or their hands are not in the correct placement, or they're landing on their knees and I'm having to put them back to their feet. A 3-star on a backward roll would be they start with a stretch, they immediately get their hands to the correct place, their feet come over, they land on their feet, they stretch up, and all I'm doing is lifting their hips to take some pressure off their neck, but they are doing all of the work, meaning that they're ready to go on to Super Kids and try the next skill. Make sure you hit submit once you are done with that skill. And then up in that black box where it says backward roll, you can touch backward roll and you'll get back to the screen with the other skills you need to test. And then you go to cartwheel, turn it sideways to make sure you understand the criteria you're looking for that particular level for cartwheel. And remember, a lot of these skills are the same at different levels. You are going to see forward roll, backward roll, cartwheel on several levels in a row, but we're expecting more from them as they move up through the level. So please double check this before you do your testing so you know what it is you're looking for. Make sure you keep clicking submit at the bottom as you pass it on. I am then going to keep this tablet with me the entire class, and each time I get to a new group, if they're a new level, I have to switch to their level. But then it's logged in as me for the whole class. To get to a new level, let's say I get a Super Kids group next, I'm going to click on the arrow next to Gym Kids up at the top. And now I can see the Wednesday 3 o'clock Super Kids class. I touch that. I touch Super Kids. I go back to floor. And now I'm going to see that the backward roll for Super Kids criteria, I'm going to turn it sideways and see that on a wedge, independently, they start and land on their feet in a stretch on the wedge, and they use both hands. So it is different depending on what level they are. And then I'm going to test them and do submit at the bottom when I'm finished. Let me know if you have any questions.